Welcome back to FL Teams. I'm Ken Filler, and this is another edition of what we like to call Bulls Talk. And today we have USF linebacker Jhalyn Shuler as our special guest. Jhalyn, thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us today. It's much appreciated.
No, appreciate you for having me.
I want to go back to the 2022 season, the end of it. You were coming off a 1-11 campaign. Alex Golesh is hired December 4th. And in 2023, you finish 7-6, biggest turnaround in the NCAA last year. You make the Boca Raton Bowl. You shut out Syracuse 45-0. What was a couple of key things that Alex Golesh implemented that kind of helped you guys make that turnaround so quick and so effective?
First thing he made very clear was how important it was that we win so fast. I believe the first team meeting that we had together, he told us, all right, the first thing we gotta do is get as good as we can, as fast as we can. You know what I'm saying? And part of that was just depending on each other because with the new staff
Mhm.
being coming in and all, we didn't really know the coaches as much as we knew each other, like the people who had been there already, like myself and other returners. So for the most part, he wanted us to try to make it as player led as possible. Because, like I said, with the coaches just getting there, it wasn't much we knew about each other. But throughout the
Sure.
whole winter, spring, and summer, we had to grow as a team to trust, coaches to players, players to
Hmm.
players, coaches to coaches, and just building that bond throughout the whole off season, um, establishing trust within each other, going through it all, it was it was just it was just a difference feeling from because 2022 was my first off season
Sure.
from in South Florida, and just seeing
Hmm.
the difference between the two off seasons and going into the season just uh detrimental. Just
Yeah. No, and like I said, great turnaround. And you had a fantastic season. 97 tackles. You had four and a half a solo tackle, eight and a half tackles for losses, two sacks, five pass breakups. I could go on and on and on. I know you missed your goal of 100 tackles, and that was a bit disappointing for you. But what have you been working on this off season to kind of better yourself and to help you reach your personal goals and help the team ultimately win that AAC championship?
personally, like performance wise, we've been working a lot in our pass coverage because our run defense for the most part is pretty good. High top whatever in the country and getting teams to third and long, so that was all there. But just seeing the quarterback more in our zone progressions, being able to melt with the quarterback's eyes, getting underneath some of the pass windows, probably the thing that I say us as a whole group as a linebackers, then me myself included, has been trying to work on the most. So, just staying low, being more reactive to quarterback vision and, trying to get underneath some guys and getting some extra interceptions because I didn't have any last year.
Hmm. So
And
I'm going
then
to say that your interceptions will probably be on that list of goals for you to accomplish this season, correct?
yeah, I'm trying to get it.
Yeah.
And then
Um,
my
you're
fault.
from
Go ahead.
South Carolina. You played at, I believe, Coffeyville High School. Were you always just a football guy, or did you have interest in other sports or play other sports?
So Coffeyville was the junior college I went to in Kansas before South Florida.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, 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 it's all right. But I went to Abbeville High School in South
Abbeville High School. Okay.
Carolina. And I mean, it's just pretty much just a football town. Like just whatever is in your mind when you think of a football town, that was Abbeville. Like, I mean, I lost two games in high school. Like, um, and it's the type of town like where it's just ran around football. Like the whole town come out, all the towns around coming out, and
Yeah.
and then they knew like all right when it's Friday night, whatever you got going on, like
Game time.
yeah, we coming to the football game. Like
Right.
and since I moved from South Carolina, I moved from Georgia to South Carolina when I was younger. But like
Hmm.
pretty much as soon as I got there, like that was all it was. I did other sports, of course. I did basketball, track, baseball growing up. But I don't know, football was just, it was just the one that stuck, I guess. And but yeah, like that's That was real big around there. Growing up, we had the same players I started playing with in Pop Warner Rec or whatever. The same people who I played with, like nobody left, nobody transferred out or nothing like football. And it was just
Wow.
nothing. It was just homegrown talent, like just a bunch of
Yes.
kids who've been playing together since they were 7, 8, and we got in high school and it was just same thing.
Wow. That's incredible. You said only two losses in high school.
Yeah.
Wow. How many years were you state champions?
3.
3 years. Okay. That's an incredible run. Wow.
Yeah, out of
Well,
the
hopefully
so
you're going to
what?
bring a little bit of that success to USF this season, and some of that winning mojo will improve on those 7 wins that you had last season. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, nah. If I don't know, it's just like, last year was kind of no expectations, you know what I'm saying? So we always like, all right, like we want to obviously we want to come in and do a lot
Sure.
better than the 2022 season, but with no expectations being there, we're just kind of going with the flow and seeing what came
Hmm.
out. And it was a relatively good season, but
Yes.
you know, that would be the floor. A type of season like that this
Oh,
year, I
sure.
be like the floor for us.
Yeah. Well, you've got a pretty challenging schedule. After your opener against Bethune-Cookman, you've got a date with Alabama on the road September
Yeah,
7th. You've got Miami coming into Ray J.
yeah.
21st. You've got Tulane in New
And
Orleans on the
after,
28th. I
yeah,
know this is coach speak, but they always say, we really don't look at the schedule. We're just taking it one game at a time, and who's ever next on the schedule, that's who we're focusing on. But there's got to be a game or two that you have circled on the calendar in your office or on your computer somewhere that you're looking forward to. What game or two are you most looking forward to this season on the schedule?
I can't single-handedly point say, it's a specific game. Like obviously, the Bama game should be exciting, the Miami game should be exciting. Um, I'm excited to go back down to Boca because that wasn't the best performance we had last season when Boca when FAU
Hmm.
us.
Yeah,
So just there's not a particular game that like, I'm excited for this one because I'm excited for them all. Like, we only get 12 guaranteed. So, I'm
yeah.
excited to strap up for every game. But there's a couple of them that should
They,
everybody else should be looking
yeah,
forward to.
it jump right out at you. And of
Yeah,
course, the Alabama and Miami game, I believe those are going to be on national TV. Those are going to be national
right.
televised games.
Yeah,
So that'd be great exposure for the program. Coming off the great season that you had, I'm sure that Alex Golesh is going to be looking to you and some of the other linebackers, which by the way is one of the very strong units on your defense this year. With your leadership role, which I'm sure Coach Golesh is going to lean on you for, how would you describe your leadership style? You're more a quiet leader, you're more vocal, and do you think you're ready to take on that challenge and step into more of a leadership role?
yeah. We actually talk about this a good bit. Me, Coach Golish, and Tio, our linebacker coach and defense coordinator. Like I said last year, with everybody just kind of, what I'm saying, seeing was what I think that's one of the biggest components that has grown for myself. That's not physical. That has nothing to do with like, going out there and hitting and running or whatever. It's just how the team looks up to me, how, the coaches
Hmm.
look at me. And I mean it's a blessing, honestly. Like I wouldn't want it any other way. But as of how I lead, it's not the most vocal. Like I'm not really the type that's gonna yell and scream and but I'd say it's more by actions, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like by example. I can say it that way. I'd rather lead
You
by
lead
example.
by example. Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to yell and scream and none of that unless it's needed.
Hmm.
But for the most part, if nothing's needed to be said, I'm not the one to just be rah rah and all that. But I think I pulled the team together pretty good. I got good face with everybody on the team. Everybody likes me. Everybody respects me.
Hmm.
And it doesn't come from yelling or no, it comes from everybody seeing you and saying, okay, look, he's doing the right thing consistently. He doesn't have to say much about it. Like the coaches know it, we know it. Like so, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I
Sure.
feel like it's easy for somebody to want to be a part of what I'm trying to get us to collectively do.
Absolutely. Did you have a favorite NFL team growing up? And as far as today's players go, who would you say that your game most resembles that's maybe playing in the NFL right now?
Darius Leonard, I like the Darius Leonard a lot because he's from South Carolina.
Sure.
He had a really good little stretch at the at the Colts in Indiana. I like Freddie Warner. I like watching Freddie Warner play. Not just some of the more like faster, rangier linebackers. Not everybody loves Ray Lewis and all that growing up and
Oh,
all,
sure.
but our playing styles, like weren't the same. Like he's huge. You know what I'm saying? That is
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
Yeah, so for me, it was more like the slimmer, longer, what I'm saying, rangier frame,
hmm
like Darius Leonard and Freddie Warner. Jerome Baker, when he was at the Dolphins, he was doing pretty good. I like watching him a good bit. You can really name a lot of them, honestly, but for the most part, those two were usually my go-to, like looking at
yeah,
game wise.
yeah.
But oh, my fault. I didn't answer your question about favorite team growing up. Nah, I didn't have one.
Didn't have one. Yeah,
No.
yeah. Yeah, and you know what I've noticed that's funny you say that because you were talking about some of the linebackers you look up to. When I was growing up, we attached ourselves to a favorite team, but
Mhm.
this generation today, they follow the players
Right.
and they attach themselves to the players. So if this guy's with San Francisco or Indianapolis, that's who they follow and who they like. It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy how that's kind of changed over the years.
I mean, well, like I like the Falcons because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I was from
Sure,
Georgia.
from
I'm from
Georgia.
Georgia, but like for the most part, yeah, it's like I want to see Freddie Warner win. I want to see Darius Leonard win. I want to see the guys I'm watching have good games and go out there and see the defense as a whole, and then translate to the offense win. So yeah, I do like San Francisco, and I like the Colts when he was there. I think he's at the Eagles or something now, but yeah, for the most part,
hmm
it's just watching players.
Yeah, very good. In the bowl win last year, the defense, 20 yards rushing, 159 yards total. Is that kind of a preview of what kind of defense we can expect from the Bulls this season? Now, obviously, you're not going to hold teams to 159 every game, but that was a very, very impressive performance. And that got the fan base excited. So is that the kind of improvement that we can expect to see this season in the Bulls defense?
I mean, that's the brand that we want to put on ourselves. Like we're not gonna let anybody run the ball. Like, and that's Chris, the TORDC. Like the first day of meetings, that's what's on the board. Stop the
hmm
run. Rule number one, stop the run. So like, the whole not a lot of yards rushing, that is part of our brand, part of our identity that we want. And then we want to be explosive. Keo likes to send a couple guys at the quarterback a good bit. So you get off a good throw or two, like he gonna pay for it. We gonna hit him. I think we took out 5, 6 starting QBs throughout the season last year. Like, so we gonna blitz you a lot. We're gonna play in your face. We're gonna be aggressive. And like I said, we just got to kind of tighten up on the back end once we get to those third downs. Because like I said, we get to the third downs
hmm
off on them. We just got to tighten up on the back end. Us included. So
Sure.
that'll be that.
Yeah. You've already talked a little bit about some of your expectations for this season, but as a team and as a defense, what kind of expectations does maybe Coach Galesh have for you guys and for the USF football team this season? I mean, your goal is what? Be a top 25 team, make a big bowl. What kind of goals do you have set for yourself and the team this season?
I wouldn't say there's like a specific like top 25 or like make the 12-team playoffs or
Right.
a certain number of wins, but
hmm
obviously we want to have a good run at the conference championship, and then whoever wins conference gets into the 12-team playoffs. But like ultimately, like we're trying to play our brand of football, like what I'm saying, like to the best that
Sure.
we can. And Coach Gold is going to go fast on offense, tire the other team defense up. They want to stay on the field. We want to go out there and get their offense back off the field quick. So like we just want to execute our game style, our game plan the best way as we
hmm
can, and then because we don't control the end goal. You know what I mean? So like
Sure.
so as much as we want to say like we want to go win conference, we want to go to the playoffs, we trying to play our brand of football as best we can, and however many wins or whatever come out of that,
hmm
we're just trying to maximize how many of those we can.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. I have to ask this, even though I probably know the answer to the question. When you've played your last game for USF and you take that helmet off and that uniform off for the last time, Do you have aspirations of moving on to the next level and maybe having a career in the NFL?
I do, yeah, of course. Like, football is the only constant that I pretty much have had my whole life. You know, like I've been playing as long as I can remember. Is it's not really much else that I've ever seen myself doing. So, like, I mean, obviously, however it play out. But yeah, no, definitely. I try to give it a shot and see how that shake out.
Very good. Well, we'll be pulling for you.
Thank
The hometown guys, I mean, we always want to see them do well, and I'm a Buccaneer fan, so there'd be nothing better for me than to see you put on that pewter and
you.
white uniform once your playing days at USF are done. Jhalyn, I certainly appreciate your time this afternoon. Thank you for a few minutes today. Good luck this season. Hopefully you do great things. The team does great things, and we'll see you at Ray J this fall.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Thank you for having me again.
You're welcome. That's Jhalyn Shuler, linebacker for USF. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at FL Teams and also check us out on the web at flteams.com. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and have a great day.